So how did we get here, you may ask?
The WNBA has a real lack of professionalism.
So, how did we get here? The WNBA and Caitlin Clark's civil rights.
She was at lunch with a co-worker last week in WNBA.
And the WNBA has turned a blind eye to this treatment.
The WNBA and Caitlin Clark's civil rights.
Asterisk a player has filed a lawsuit against the WNBA. This is a hostile workplace issue now. They are targeting her because she's Caitlin Clark. This goes beyond basketball now.
The WNBA and Caitlin Clark's civil rights.
The media can't keep spinning this like it's normal.
The article from Scott Agnes was not saying that the online trolls.
It's a framing that mirrors other cultural patterns where dissent becomes devious.
The WNBA has a real lack of professionalism.
Indiana Fever, and it was, or maybe it was today.
But the game changed when the conversation went from the court to the courthouse.
It's one thing to have workplace rivalry, and it's another thing when you can't even do your job without fearing for your safety, and the CEO just shrugs and says, well, business is a contact sport.
If the league won't act to protect the superstar from hostile environment, the government should do so.
Every other game, Caitlin is getting knocked down, shoved, or blatantly disrespected. And when she reacts, she's labeled the problem.
It's not saying the Antonio Browns that posted some of the most disgusting things about her.
I disagree too loudly. You're the problem. It's quite reminiscent of fake news.
There is a professionalism issue amongst the WNBA.
Either way, yesterday we saw the post from Natasha Howard, and it was saying, we step up for each other.
And that's when people started using the term like hostile work environment.
It's like you're the new star employee at a company, and you're blowing every sales record out of the water. But your jealous coworkers keep accidentally tripping you in the hallway and deleting your files.
Basically, in this article, they're basically talking about how Caitlin Clark is a different set of rules for her than it is for everybody else. And everyone knows that, right?
Come on. This isn't just sports drama anymore. It's systemic.
And by the way, this was 72 hours after her stalker.
Rahe General and the hasty generalizations that come of American politics. Again, I'm Irish.
From the top down, the players, let's really go through some of these things.
We don't stress over whose night it is. We're all there to win. That's how we repay each other.
My problem with this is that it's coming out while she's hurt and it's coming out while she's mired in a slump. So
if the WNBA won't protect one of its biggest stars because she doesn't fit a certain narrative, then that's a much bigger issue.
Her actual stalker got jailed for 2 years, but the stalkers aren't the problems.
I don't know, nor do I necessarily care about some of this. Support becomes suspicious. Phantom around redacted, especially if Passion Line is viewed with unique lens.
Let's start with the players. We have players who have literally quit on their teams.
That's why I love for the world to see. Everyone on our bench is good. We enjoy fighting and have each other's back.
The people like trying to dox her family. The people blaming her on all the world's problems.
Post too much about her. You're not a real fan. I'm critique. Things related to the team.
DeWanna Bonner literally quit on the Indiana Fever and was receiving payments and collecting money.
Sophie, our firecracker, I'm proud of you. So nothing of it, you know. A picture of the Fever team and Natasha Howard, quote, talking about their team, and apparently, I kid you not.
Natasha Howard herself is not visible in this.
The WNBA and Caitlin Clark's civil rights. If the league won't act to protect the superstar from hostile environment, the government should do so.
It's like you're the new star employee at a company and you're blowing every sales record out of the water, but your jealous coworkers keep accidentally tripping you in the hallway and deleting your files.
That's when people started using the term like hostile work environment.
It's the people complaining about Kelsey Mitchell going dribble, 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 sidestep, long two.
You don't get basketball. Express disappointment. Well, welcome to the dark side.
While quitting and having the team cover for her, saying it's because of personal reasons.
Apparently, the Indiana Fever chose a picture without Caitlin Clark in it. Do you know who else isn't visible in this picture?
Paige Becker's fan, Reese's Pieces level of like crazy cope.
So, basically, in this article, they're basically talking about how Caitlin Clark is a different set of rules for her than it is for everybody else.
And they argued the league was just sitting on his hands watching it happen. And think about it in the simplest terms.
And the argument became that the WNBA, as the employer, has a legal duty to stop other players, the players from targeting Clark.
I gotta say, like, this is absolutely like, this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, my problem with this is that it's coming out while she's hurt, and it's coming out while she's mired in a slump.
And the argument became that the WNBA, as the employer, has a legal duty to stop other players, the players, from targeting Clark.
And they argued the league was just sitting on his hands watching it happen. And think about it in the simplest terms.
The Indiana Fever just won a game. They're on a 5-game win streak without Caitlin Clark. And according to ABC, they're on a 5-game win streak. They've never had one with Caitlin Clark.
So her being hurt and being in a slump in a way can this for the naysayers.
It's one thing to have workplace rivalry, and it's another thing when you can't even do your job without fearing for your safety, and the CEO just shrugs and says, well, business is a contact sport.
But the game changed when the conversation went from the court to the courthouse. And
it's a framing that mirrors other cultural patterns where dissent becomes deviance.
You ever notice how quickly the conversation shifts when Caitlin Clark is involved? 1 minute, it's about the game. The next, it's she deserved it.
But let us not forget that we had a couple of things here. We had Jay Sheldon with the purposeful eye rake.
This play you're about to see when Caitlin Clark is bringing the ball up the court, and then she is hip-checked, blindsided by Carter.
It goes on to say, this is what Sean McLean had to say in quotes, the league has fostered a hostile workplace for Miss Clark.
The league has fostered a hostile workplace for Miss Clark through excessive filing.
From the first game, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, from the opening day on.
So this fan pulls out the receipts and says, the only rookie I see who consistently gets the defensive assignments.
I disagree too loudly, you're the problem. It's quite reminiscent of fake news rhetoric, the hasty generalizations that come.
She flopped, or she's privileged. This pattern isn't just coincidence. It's the language of deflection, used to excuse the inexcusable.
We have Tina Charles with the punch in the back. We have the blind side by Marina Mabry.
That official called this play a regular foul. In no world, that is a flagrant one, borderline flagrant 2.
Through excessive filing, targeted, and hostile comments from other players and owners, McLean claims
not a single player has been suspended, not one. And the one who retaliated got fined.
It has been a non-stop circus. And I don't know where it's going to end. I don't know when this is going to stop, where it's going to end. It's been non-stop.
Of team's best defenders, frequently doubled, played extremely physically, and repeatedly fouled hard with no flagrant called as Caitlin Clark.
Of American balls, again, I'm Irish. I don't know, nor do I necessarily care about some of this.
When people start using buzzwords to defend violent conduct, it tells you they know it's wrong. They're just trying to justify it.
And guess what? No one was thrown out for this. No one was suspended.
The intent behind it, the lack of a basketball play, that's all the criteria that you need to make that a flagrant.
These aren't isolated, they are documented, continuing, and ignored by officials.
If this were any other league, the commissioner would have been forced to speak out by now. So when lawyers use words like institutional negligence or disparate treatment, this is the kind of stuff they're pointing to.
It's been nonstop. We have referees who are a clown show.
I don't want to hear about any other rookie because they are not being officiated like she is. And then there's a video that backs this up.
Support becomes suspicion, phantom around redacted, especially if passionate line is viewed with a unique lens.
And that's where civil rights arguments start gaining ground.
And what you just saw before that was an automatic ejection from the game.
And the referees, they saw it and they called it a common foul. That's what makes people angry. Because when we watch these games, we know the rules too.
The disparity in treatment invites real scrutiny. Not a single player has been suspended for flagrantly fouling Miss Clark.
Discriminatory officiating and purposeful silence in the face of aggressive targeting.
Refs that couldn't get a job at Target, Kmart, Toys R Us, McDonald's, nothing.
And it's not even subtle. There's a bias here, plain and simple. And pretending otherwise is just dishonest.
That approach could turn into legal liability for the WNBA. Okay, well, get this.
We've reached a point where the silence is more telling than the hits.
Caitlin Clark impact and her being targeted, she had more pretty much technical hard fouls put against her more than any other player.
What happens when a league allows one of its stars to be targeted over and over again without consequence?
How are they trying to promote everybody and not just use Caitlin Clark? Yeah, of course. It would be kind of crazy not to, because there is always the chance that she walks.
You can't keep pretending this is normal basketball. It's not. You have a player being targeted on and off the court, while the league and the officials look the other way.
When we know that if Kelsey Mitchell relocates and shoots the three, she can hit the shot. Is the people complaining when Dantas doesn't run back on the floor?
When silence is policy, you start asking who benefits. Caitlin Clark being hit, tripped, harassed, and no statements, no fines, no outrage from leadership.
We're watching this play out. Caitlin Clark's been hurt. We're watching in front of our very eyes how differently these teams are treating the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark on the court.
When a rookie player is constantly being battered and the league doesn't step in, that's not just oversight, that's complicity.
Now, Ken Swift put this out. If the league won't act to protect its superstar from a hostile environment, the government should do so.
That's not just a PR crisis, it's legal exposure. Because when you start documenting the fouls, the missed calls, the uneven punishments, a pattern emerges.
Or she requests a trade or something. So maybe they're trying to improve the Indiana Fever brand. I think it's idiotic what they're doing.
It's not just about missed calls anymore. It's about the bigger system, the one that decides who gets protection and who doesn't.
Because again, Dantas has been good. She tends to be lazy. Heck, it's the people that even complain when Caitlin Clark doesn't run back on defense sometimes.
That's not neutrality. That's enabling. People want to act like she's just being initiated into the league.
The level of physicality has very obviously ratcheted down.
They're using Caitlin Clark's popularity to boost the league's visibility, but won't lift a finger when she's mistreated. That's a recipe for a lawsuit.
Now, that was the article there, and I just want to see the temperature of fans. Somebody said you're going to get him hunted down by the WNBA old guard. Great.
That's when lawyers start using words like discrimination, targeted harassment, and failure to protect.
At times, but this isn't one of those times. There are times to call out the Fever organization. There are people to call out in the Fever organization.
And when you dig into those decisions, that's where the civil rights part comes in.
Like, it is the people that complain, like it's a regular sports team that are pissed off at their regular sports team.
But initiation isn't supposed to break your spirit or put you in danger.
We want to talk about Caitlin Clark's performance. What would her performances be like if it was just basketball games?
Plain and simple. Any lawyer worth their salt would look at this and see a civil rights violation brewing.
Article, but some like Whitlock would say she's just flopping. Exactly, man. A lot of people would say she's just flopping.
And the WNBA, whether they like it or not, might find themselves answering to more than just fans soon.
There are times to call out Stephanie White. Yesterday, honestly, you could argue was one of those times because she played Dantas and Leah together.
Because equal protection under the law doesn't stop at the arena doors.
And like it is because the WNBA is trying to take the emotion out of sports.
And now that there's talk of lawsuits, suddenly everyone's scrambling to explain themselves. It's too late.
You get into those top five. You don't make the playoffs. You get into the top 5 picks no matter what.
Caitlin Clark is a different set of rules for her than it is for everybody else.
WNBA, Caitlin Clark in a massive lawsuit.
There is a professionalism issue amongst the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark has basically done for the WNBA what Michael Jordan did for the NBA, right?
This is bigger than basketball. This could change everything for the league. They had every chance to protect her, and they chose not to. The government's watching now. This isn't going away. A hostile environment isn't just illegal, it's unacceptable if the WNBA won't change on its own. The courts will make it. Like, subscribe, and share if you believe justice matters on and off the court.